it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be working on another Project Life spread for week 4 of 2023. So for this week, what I did before I turned the camera on was I grabbed a paper pad that I got from Joann's a while back. It's called Mood Booster, and it's really cute. The colors aren't my exact favorite. I would love it if this was a little brighter and not so kind of like muted colors, but I love the icons and everything. It's filled with like fun flowers and yin yangs and all kinds of cute stuff. So I grabbed a lot of the paper from the paper pad along with 3 cards that I had in my stash. I think the smiley face is from Studio Calico, like printables, and then the other 2 I'm pretty sure are Ellie's Studio, just journaling cards. So I grabbed all of those, printed off my photos, and now I'm ready to go. So since I chose this kind of very patterned-y, busy title card here, I grabbed my Dymo label maker and I had black label tape in there, which I thought was perfect. And I went ahead and just made a label that said week 4 so it would stand out nicely, and then used another little label under that to put my date. So that worked out good. I had also pulled out this floral, kind of checkerboard floral pattern paper from the paper pad as well. And I thought it'd be fun to fussy cut out a few of these flowers just to add a little something to a couple of the cards here. So that is what I'm going to work on. So also I had a pretty big week. A lot was going on, but I didn't get a ton of photos. So I was a little lacking in the photos and I had to kind of make do with what I had here. But I did have a busy week. I have a photo there of me and my friend Casey. I actually saw her twice. Once we had dinner together, and then her sister Shelby had a birthday dinner on Friday, which was also great. So I was able to see a lot of my friends, but we did not get a photo there. So that's all I have to commemorate that little hangout. And then besides that, I also had a date day with Will on Sunday. We didn't take any pictures either. We went thrifting for a little bit, but we also got that pizza and some pizza for my parents, and we came home and watched the Grizzly game as a fam. So I have the pizza to commemorate that one. Besides that, I do have a picture of Shang, my kitty cat, who climbed onto like my back and side whenever I was trying to go to sleep the other night, and I just thought it was so cute. So I had to include that one. And then down here at the bottom, I have a few screenshots of different things about the Tyree Nichols murder, which was just so devastating this month. And on Friday, the footage was released of the actual murder, which I did not watch, but it was a huge thing here, especially locally, because that did happen in Memphis. So I wanted to put a little something just to have that like in my album. So I screenshot 3 things that kind of told the story and had a beautiful quote about him and like a rest in peace kind of thing. So I thought that it was a nice little tribune here. And then I did find a stamp set that said, I think it was one from Paper Person that had kind of like bad day sentiments or different words like this sucks or tired of this or completely over this, words like that. So I stamped out the tired of this, and I thought that I would include that for this card. So I'm kind of just trying to create my own kind of pattern paper here by incorporating a few more of those flowers, just so it would almost be like in a diagonal of the spread, some in the upper left and then going down into the lower right hand portion of the spread here. So then besides that, the only other thing I have down at the bottom is this card here, this meme that Will sent me the other day. And it says, if your relationship can survive this, it can survive anything. And it is a picture of a barn door on the bathroom. And I don't know if anyone else has a barn door on their bathroom, but back in late August, early September, we got a little bit of work done on our house, including remodeling our main bathroom. And that bathroom, our house is kind of small. It's a great size for us, but there's a few kind of like old school things that are a little annoying. And one thing is like in our hallway, we have a really kind of thin hallway that goes into like where my craft room is, where our main bathroom is, where our bedroom is, which also has an additional bathroom. So it's kind of like a very used hallway, but it's pretty narrow and small. So our bathroom door, the way that it opened was basically into our shower door. So it was kind of annoying. So we were trying to find a way that we could change it. And we were having all these issues. We couldn't open it into the hall because of the narrowness. We couldn't open it the other way because of something else. So the person that was doing the work on our house suggested a barn door. And at the time, I just thought, oh, sure, then the door won't be in the way of anything. And it's just me and Will here, so it's not that big of a deal. But I had never lived with a barn door before. So then we quickly found out, no, you do not have a barn door on your bathroom. You need a little privacy sometimes. So we are actually getting that replaced back with a regular door. And we will just deal with whatever happens because the barn door is a huge no for us. So whenever he sent me that meme, I just thought it was hilarious. And I knew that I had to put it in here because it will be getting changed hopefully within like the month or so. So I had to commemorate that memory of the 4 months when we had a barn door on our bathroom. So now you'll notice that I was kind of looking through my stamp sets. I did stamp pizza up on the pizza photo. And then I also was trying to find a sentiment to go into that little thought bubble on that Ellie Studio card. And I ended up finding one that said feeling happy. And I thought that that was cute. It fit in there really nicely. So I added that. And then I realized that I had this smiley face card that did not have anything on it. So I kind of go back and forth here for a second. And I decide to fussy cut out a heart and add it onto that smiley face card. It's not my absolute favorite thing ever, but it works good enough for me. I was ready to kind of wrap this one up. I will eventually grab out my Dymo label maker again, and I'm gonna spell out a couple other things. I'll put love inside that heart, and then I also put awful down to the Tyree area there, just to bring in the label tape as well for, a couple other spots on the spread. So now I'm going to add in all of my journaling. This one here, I decided to kind of write about how busy the week was and all of the things that I did, even though I didn't have photos of everything. So a lot of times I like to do that, even if I don't have a picture. I'll definitely try to add it into my journaling so that if I am kind of reading back, I'll remember that I actually did more things that week than I could document with photos. Then at the bottom, of course, I just wanted to talk about the barn door. I had to tell that story because I definitely don't want that to be something that I forget over time. I think it's really kind of funny. So I'm grabbing out this is just my little rolling tiny phrase stamp set there. I think it's an old one from Studio Calico that I use all the time. And I just added a few little phrases into that lower journaling card. And then I'm going to add on some gold stars, of course. So I sprinkled them on a few different cards here just to give it a little something. So this spread did end up being kind of busy just with all of the different patterns, but I think that since it is a little bit muted, perhaps that helped with that. It doesn't bother me that it's a little bit busy, but it is a little more than I normally kind of go for. But I think that happens a lot whenever I try to use a paper pad instead of just pre-made Project Life journaling card kind of things. Sometimes they're just a little more busy, but it all ends up working out good enough for me. I do add a little bit of washi tape there to that picture because I think I cut it just a teeny tiny bit crooked, so I thought that kind of hit it a little bit. And then here's where I'm going to use the label maker again, and I'm going to spell out a couple other things. Now looking back on the spread, I think it would have maybe looked better if I had swapped the heart filler card and the picture of me and Shang, if I would have swapped those, because I just think it would have looked better with the label tape being in those three areas instead of where they are. But I already adhered everything and it's good to go and it doesn't bother me that much. So we're just leaving it the way that it is. I'm trying to consider adding a little bit something else to that heart card. I end up pulling out these kind of craft brown star stickers. That must be what I'm doing right here. I'm sorry. I grabbed these out and I add one under this love sentiment, and then I do add them in a couple or a few other places on the spread. But before I do the final up close little image here at the end, I do take a couple of those off. So I just felt like I added a little bit too many there. Everything was getting too busy. But I do like it on the the love sentiment. I think it helps it pop off of that heart card a little bit better. So it all ends up working out good enough for me, and I'm glad to have another week completed in my project life. That always feels so good. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like. Please also consider subscribing. And of course, I will be back at you again with another video later this week. So y'all have a good one. Bye, everyone.